Nice Enigma, and we've got a Big Daddy No-Tail
You've got the perfect, this is perfect for you guys, isn't it? Black hole galore.
Black holes, all the micros from No-Tail. It's going to be a very exciting game.
Have fun, boys.
Thank you very much, Red Iron. Indeed, I'm only Pixel here with Blitz. We're getting ready for this Game 3 deciding matchup between these two teams. And what do we reckon? This last pick, Enigma, the panel's right. It's got a lot of strengths, this game.
It's really hyped. I'm at a Mafia Nahaz level.
Oh, that's a pretty crazy emotional stuff going on inside that head of yours well with that. But it's this hero. There's the panel said no way to disable it once he gets the BKB online. They're going to have to be very careful with the way that they play. But at the same time, there's ways to obviously play around the Enigma and sort of force the pace before he's able to get that BKB in.
Also, TB is a sick hero. And the TB's reflection is so good against Phantom Lancer because it spawns the illusions and then they'll juxtapose on top of that and create their own illusion. Yeah, how does a ghost image create its own illusions? That's so stupid.
It's Dota 2. Don't question them. We'll be here all night.
TB as an anti-core is so powerful. I think I brought it up like 4 times already, but I was reading some interview with Ramses where he felt that TB was kind of the perfect core.
Yeah.
Because he's very good early, very good late, very good mid-game. There's like an awkward pairing for like 3 or 4 minutes where he feels a little bit weak, but other than that, he feels very cleanly.
I mean, Reflection it's a bit of a ridiculous spell, especially if you take that talent and, as you say, against certain cores, it's almost just questionable how good that spell is alone. It really can be crazy.
It's like when you play against SF, because you get the negative armor aura, and whenever SF tries to go high ground against, it feels impossible.
So, Mski versus OG. Game 3, we've seen a few ups and downs, both series having a bit of sort of the throws, the counter throws as it seems. This game, everything on the line between these two. Down bottom, with the caster rolling onto Moon. But firstly, got a couple more as well.
Did a lot of damage to him though. Recharge time on the list too are not very pleasant.
So at the moment it looks like No-Tail and Jerax, they're gonna hang around this bottom lane and duo up against that Bane Mirana combination. Mid lane, Mushi's gonna be taking the PL there, and S4, a bit of the classic, returning to the mid lane for this game.
He's back.
Take the DK there.
4, he missed you.
See how he does. I mean, PL versus DK, how's this one gonna?
I would imagine that it does just fine. DK does just fine against every single matchup.
Pretty robust hero.
I haven't seen that hero lose yet, I think.
No, I think, yeah. I think you're absolutely right. There's very few heroes, it seems, in the game, if any, that can actually... They can just stop a DK from farming. He's always going to get that soul ring timing. He's always going to be able to spam the breathe fire.
Games as he dropped at this turn.
We got a stat man, haven't we? Stat man?
Yeah, what's DK at?
Give us some DK stat. We'll see how quick he's on now. Right. The Boogie. Maybe see if they can get a bit of a wrap round onto No-Tail. If they do get that Nightmare set up, they've got a lot of stun, but straight up, No-Tail is aware of something's up, gets in the tree lines, TP himself back to the team.
The heroes down there, and the Mirana arrow. You don't chance that whatsoever as Jerax gonna get it up, but still manages to drag the entirety of the creep wave.
Top lane. Last lane that we're really have to mention. Ice. See how he does here. He looks to put the pressure onto both Rezo and Fly. It's off lane. So far, get UCS out of this lane, so it looks to be a strong start for solo lane Enigma. Down bottom, Jerax being run down a little bit. Has got the attempt here to TP out and will make it. Ninja Boogie not quite find the range there for that one Nightmare.
That was actually really close though. Thought for a second that he was going to go down. Saw with no issue as few hits onto him. They're trying to stop him from getting to the rest of the creep wave, but he's going to get slept up. The arrow going to land as well. They've got a fissure follow-up if they need it.
They've got a lot of lockdown here, Mineski, and it should indeed be enough. Ninja Boogie claims first blood with that brain sap. It's the one thing that OG had to be very scared about. The lockdown from Mineski is absolutely incredible in this laning stage.
Very nice, easy pickup for them. Now in this mid lane, Lancer gonna hit S4 a few times.
Another
the fissure.
Jabs indeed with this movement. Setting up for Mski to close the gap. Can't quite finish off S4 though. The DK, that little bit too tanky with the 2 points in the Dragon's Blood. The Salve ready to go as well to get him back up to full health.
He canceled the Salve with the Phantom Rush. I think that's what happened.
He's got it, he's still got it. He certainly may have attempted to do so. CS-wise at the moment, 14 for 5, 13 for 3. Very even, of course, between these two. And we said may start to CS4 being able to force Mski back a bit more once he has the soaring out. Keep at that breathe fire spam.
This is why TB early game against non-dual lanes is very powerful. Top meta. No offlaner can test you as Jarek's gonna get stunned up.
Yeah, he rolled into this one, so hasn't really got a way of getting out. Will be able to get himself under the tower though. Although the attempt from this level 1 Earth Spirit struggling as Jabs this time around on the Shaker having a much better opening with those 2 Fisher plays that he's come out with on each lane.
He's got better heroes to kill this time around. In the previous game, it felt like he didn't really have any sort of movement in that sense. This game, for to be very active as I think he's got the bottle from his Phantom Lancer.
Mushi's bottle at the moment.
He thought he was going to go get the rune for him, but Mski actually would have gotten the rune himself, and it would have been a regen. He would have had a full bottle on top of that, but just his luck.
Jax eyeing up a play. Does just hang around, get himself to level 2 on the Earth Spirit. Well, so far in these lanes, the biggest difference really being that the offlaners, you know, Notel obviously on his own down bottom. He's struggling to get CS. He's having to play it very, very scared in the tree line. Whilst top lane, Ice, he's been able to hit a good few creeps up there. He's got 19 for 8 CS at the moment on the...
That's just how that hero works, really. Boogie.
Got the arrow. They have the damage though. With Jarek's back up, there is no chance of focusing Notel. So more than just holding him to the side.
No-tail with what? Like 202 build? Do about that. A lot of tankiness, and I think instead of going for the nuke, he recognizes he needs to up. This is a lane that he's not going to see a lot of help in. He's more or less being sacked. It's really no surprise as well that the Enigma is doing as good as he is, because he's almost always just going to keep denying the range creep and pull the wave back, which will allow Ice to get creep here and there.
Mski will back up Sal and Shrine up here before Mski returns to that middle lane. S4 being allowed to get a little bit of an advantage now with the space there mid. Does lead just slightly. Mski in this 1v1. Bottom lane Moon being hunted. Jax looks for the connection with the roll. First leap comes out. There's the second. Still has one more leap left. That's enough to get Moon back to safety. Bit of a tricky kill there for OG to find. Maybe when the level 3's there on the Jarek's Earth Spirit and they do have the silence as well, but until that point, the leaps are always going to be there.
Follow up in that. Okay, though. Illusion and fissured up. Whole lot of follow-up here, though.
So literally, they have got the Bane here. Ideally, they want that level 6 on the Enigma. Before they can do something in bottom lane. They'll roll in. Looking for Moon. Moon actually able to turn, get the kill on Jarex. He should pop the mallet. He's actually, with this TP play, he's actually going to survive it. So somehow, OG, they throw 3 heroes in. They don't get the kill down bottom. And they lose one themselves. Same time up top. Mineski will lose the Enigma as OG get themselves forward. Jabs does indeed hold them back. Got a TP. Is going to try for it, but bam. Boulder smash from Jarex on point. Jabs will be held behind. And OG may have lost the trade down bottom, but they'll come top and they'll get 2 kills from OG.
Very nice sequence of events for both teams. Offlaner, but Moon getting a solo kill in a 3-on-1 situation is obviously going to please them. But at the same time, that somehow led to the sequence of events where Jarex respawns in time and goes top and gets...
That's crazy there. The last time we saw S4 on his Dragon Knight was back in December of 2016. Long, long time ago. Bottom lane.
Barely catches him on the lip.
But he does. Ice with the straight walk up and black hole play. Cut down Notel.
Quite pleased with this. There is now rotated up the top. Gonna try to harass this Parablade up. This is the time period where he's vulnerable. advantage of that timing. Shreds, he's still doing fine when it comes to CS department as at bottom. Slowed down a little bit, but...
Oh, S4 trying to stop Mski from getting that double damage, but he will not be successful. Double damage is there on Mski, so now they'll turn. Look for a bit of a chase down onto S4. He's got the breathe fire. Reducing the damage. Mski still jumping down, but Jerax is there from the high ground. Jumps in. Mski in trouble. He's going to be the one to get taken down as Jerax allows S4 to turn and punish Mski for getting a little aggressive there with that double damage ring.
That's 2 points of Dragon's Blood on the Dragon Knight, and the PL simply just does not do enough damage, especially when he gets hit by that breathe fire. As in mid lane, they're trying to set up for this. Very nice feature. Jerax though, gonna get the double kick.
Oh, they did get the Nightmare off before though. With the Starstone from Moon, they bring S4 down low. Nightmare is not needed there, as it was first used. They go for the arrow play. S4 tries for the deny. Won't make it though. They get the kill. Same time down bottom. Fly takes down Ice Ice Ice. Ice 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 takes down Fly with the Eidolons from the grave. A 1-for-1 trade between the two of them. So all in all, 9 minutes in, very even between these two sides.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No one garnering too big of an advantage. Of course, for Mineski, their win conditions there get farmed up. Your BKB plus Blink Dagger Enigma is unquestioned in this game. Ice 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 has had a very nice series for himself. All he really needs to do is get that item timing down. He's going to go for Midas.
Do you think Midas into BKB, or will he get the Blink first?
I think he likely gets... If he wants to, he could just go for something like Casual Pipe. But I think having that condition where there's nothing on the side of OG that can stop that is so beneficial to you. It makes it so that TB can't really do anything.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Smoke up from OG.
Dire's structures.
Mineski is here though. Smoke on smoke getting dispelled. Mineski sort of dancing around the side of it all. Ninja Boogie in trouble. Task coming out immediately. He'll turn with the Brain Step and the Nightmare. With the Maledict's already on him. Ninja Boogie will fall. Same time down bottom. Mski trying to move it onto No-Tail. No-Tail able to boost himself out, keep the distance. The bird's out a little too hard for Mski to go for that sort of solo play. S4 with that Invis room. Has eyes onto Moon in the middle lane.
Oh, he's going Ags. I like that a lot.
Dragon Tail onto Moon. Moon thinking about going back in with the Moonlight. We'll pop it, but a sentry is down. The trap is set. Fly reveals that they know straight away. They go in, silences out onto Moon, but the Fisher from jabs will put OG back from diving in for more. Now with the Malefice, Ice 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 chasing down S4 with these Eidolons, beating down onto DK. Oh, it's a fluffed black hole there. As he pops it down, doesn't catch anyone and immediately cancels it. Maybe hoping that he could have caught OG on the tip there, but overestimating the radius of the hole.
Ooh, that is a rough miss as at bottom. Doppelwalk.
Oh, Jerax
misses.
Actually off the mark there with his boulder smash. Still try and give Mski the rundown, but Mski, he's looking to turn towards No-Tail. Look at the Fisher coming in onto two. Mski jumping forward. Jerax and No-Tail hiding in the trees. Jerax will roll himself away across the cliffs. Will be fine, and No-Tail also actually able to get out of there. So despite that looking like it was going to go south pretty quickly for OG, they do manage to get everyone away from that turnaround Mineski tried to pull off.
That would have been a kill though, and I think that's why Jerax apologizes to his team, says my bad.
Mski now.
That's more.
Being watched by the birds. One stun will come through. Nightmare to hold back the other. Familiar for getting the drop off.
They wanted to defend this tower. They successfully do so. There's no black hole now on the side of Mineski, so things are slowed down even further. I do like the fact that Ice 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 isn't hesitating. It feels as though he's just going for it every time.
Yeah, absolutely is. Yeah, every time that black hole's there, he goes for an attempt so far. We've seen it's literally been hit or miss. So bottom lane, out to S4, but S4 stands his ground with the push of No-Tail and his familiars. This tier 1 tower not stand a chance. OG able to take the tower off the map. But a lot of push, as Panna was saying, between the Visage and the Terrorblade. And of course, whilst this is all happening, lots of space being given to Rezo. It's top net worth at the moment, and that's only going to continue this sort of pressure that the rest of his team is putting on elsewhere. Jerax, though, into a Bane, being found out by the Fiend script. claim the kill. The rest of OG still around. They'll look for the cast bounces. Won't quite be there as Moon pulls off the Delta split with a quick lead. Familiars though, finding Ninja Boogie. They do have the Moonlight. Boogie keeping himself out of range, but the sentry's been dropped down by Fly. Just as well to make sure they've got the full vision for this fight. OG will find one. They're looking for Moon as well. Cast bounces coming through. Resolution's there with the wraparound. Metamorphosis and Reflection rips through the Mirana. So OG taking a bold fight there into the Moonlight Shadow. They had the detection prepared, and they also had Resolution in the neighborhood to join for the fight, and now turn that successful team fight into a very early tier 2 tower push.
Very nice sequence of events. They get some very pivotal pickoffs. Terrorblade once again in this, but Resolution, we've seen him in these positions before where they devote so much farm to him, and it feels, especially in this tournament, that he hasn't been able to do so much with it.
Sure.
Almost feels like he's playing a little bit anxiously. In this game though, gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting for them to win this one. So there's always the possibility that he just gets BKB Black Hold, and he's gonna get dropped quite quickly. You notice that Moon's gonna go for a build that we rarely see, if ever, anymore. Hold that thought as Jarex gonna come in, misses the kick once again though, and Mushi should be okay. But going for the Aghanim Scepter on the Mirana, not something we see often, but back in the past it was the counter to Terrorblade to begin with, because you want to burst this hero and his illusions as fast as possible. The double Starstorm clears up a lot of that. With the BKB Enigma, be in prime position to do so as
Top lane. But the Fiend's Grip into the arrow here. S4 falling low, and he will get taken down. The damage from the Midnight Pulse making it impossible for him to arm the toggle his way out of there. Quick sleep for Ninja Boogie to hold back No Tail, and Mineski will be very happy with just disengaging after getting a free pick off onto the Dragon.
Now Gabs almost has his own completed Blink Dagger. Very even game so far though. Even though OG have a very slight gold advantage, that comes in the form of powers. This Enigma is so scary if you're
absolutely.
OG, because it's just how do you mitigate the damage, as he's going to go straight up for the BKB. Almost has it completed at this point. Team fight from OG. Hard pressed to deal with that as the arrow connects.
They find him in the trees
What
straight
an
up.
arrow.
They catch Rezo off. Rezo, he does have a Sunder to play around with. He's not going to get the chance though. Jabs just drops down the slam to make sure there is no Sunder opportunity.
Okay. Did they scan for that or something?
They probably, did they not see him enter into the tree line?
Yeah, they just... Still. Good
Well,
guess.
Heads up play there from Mineski.
Rezo thought, okay, fissure flew, I'm good.
Jabs actually getting caught out in the same position. It's 4 sweeps down there. Jabs is out. So those big items there now done. Jabs, Blink Dagger, 100 gold, and Ice will have his BK. So those 2 items ready to do. If Jabs can get some sort of setup, just buying time for the BKB Enigma to move into position in these team fights, it's going to be absolutely huge. As you say, very hard for OG to deal with when they're pushing as a group.
Normally when you're in this position, if you're OG and there wasn't an Enigma on the side, you'd feel very comfortable, because you know that the core matchup is very positive for you when you're coming to play against the Phantom Lancer. Like, look at this, he creates his own reflection. It's very easy to deal with the PL in this regard, but downside, I guess, is when you have an Enigma that doesn't have any sort of cancel, you can almost always just go for the TP in every single one of these engagements. You land the black hole on the TP, there's not a whole lot that OG can do to back him up except wait and watch. So from that perspective, it's so incredibly awkward for them to play. Gonna do dagger. Dagger completed on the Earthshake. It's just a waiting game right now for Mineski. They're like, we don't have to make any sort of moves. That's why OG feel pressure to do something right now.
They do smoke up, it gets dispelled. They know that there was someone on the low ground, but they're already gone. OG unlikely to catch someone there, especially with Mineski making their own movements themselves. They smoke up, Jabs, Ice, and Ninja Boogie. Where are they going to find some action? They'll see S4 poke his head out in the mid lane. In fact, OG, They're going for Roche. If Mineski head over straight away, they can certainly do something about this. This could be huge. All they need is the setup from Jabs. This is looking dangerous for OG. The Fisher comes out, but Ice doesn't want to walk in now. He goes forward with the BKB. Looking for the opportunity. Black Hole comes out. He catches two, but the damage, the physical from Resolution is too much. It doesn't matter if there's a BKB on this Enigma when he's taking the full punches of this Terrorblade as they just get ripped apart. OG take the fight, take the Roshan, take the Aegis. He just has to get Rezo in these black holes. It's just...
That is his only job.
Yeah. That Terrorblade just shredded them.
Yeah. That's the only job that he has. If he gets Rezo, there's nothing else that OG can really do. The other thing too is he had the opportunity for the 4-man pull. He backs out, thinks about it for a second.
He didn't go straight in and fully commit with Jabs, did he? He sort of and ahed about it. And now Jabs, he's in trouble as well. OG chased down the Shaker. Quick soul assumption nuke from Noto will finish him off.
That was a massive teamfight win. Boy, oh boy. They could not afford to make a move like that. That was the 10-second BKB. That's an Aegis too for OG. That is going to be their counter. The way to deal with the Enigma Black Hole is if Rezo has an Aegis every time, then he's going to feel much more comfortable. He'll just respawn and kill you anyways. That is a massive win from Mineski.
Those ults, as we said, that the black hole on a very long cooldown. Need to do big things with it. Nice.
A minute and a half.
Yeah.
They would avoid fights anyways because of the Aegis, but even more reason to. Why we were talking about him black holing the TB for so long. I figured if you could go for any other target, then Rezo will kill you really fast.
Yeah,
he deals a lot of damage.
He's got the damage. Just get absolutely melted.
I think Jerax kind of understands that something's up.
Dire are scanning.
It's OG know that Mineski are making their way down here. Resolution. For the cutoff. Ninja Boogie quick with the Nightmare. Hiding in the trees, goes straight for the TP out and he'll make it. And Mineski are able to avoid that weak coming through from OG. Jabs, nice though up top, going for the TP out. Well, they'll also be safe themselves away from that.
Dagger now completed. Fly gonna walk in. There's a stun though from the DK.
Got the chain control and they certainly have the damage. OG, no messing around there. And in fact up top, Jerax, he's found Jabs in the trees. Jabs will turn, give a bit of a fight back, but with the Magnetize, slowly but surely ticking Jabs down. This is a bit of a tense 1v1. Jabs does have the Echo if he feels it's necessary. Is he going to pop it just to get the kill? We'll see. No, he holds on to it, and that'll mean he does lose his life.
They might just go high ground off of that. Jerax's pick.
There's no shaker for 20 seconds. It's not the longest of times, but in a world when there's a Terrorblade hitting your towers, it certainly will feel like the longest of times for Mineski. As a tier 3 goes down, OG, 21 minutes in, are taking the full set of racks mid as well.
That is a game changer. Because all of a sudden, Mineski are completely on the back foot. For a while, it looked like they were very comfortable with the pace of the game. They understood that they've got this ultimate hero in the Enigma. He should be your game winner. But getting racks at 20 minutes, losing that Roshan, taking that disastrous fight, and losing the Earthshaker like that, he really needed to be there for that. If he just fissures the high ground, the threat of the Echo should be enough to hold OG back. But as a result of Jerax's very nice pick. But 2 games in a row, we have seen whatever team happens to be ahead eventually loses, so...
Radiant's top tower is
got no
under
idea.
attack.
This is correct. I mean, as you say, if you've seen game 1 or game 2, you would understand it's very hard to call which way the game is going to go at the end of the day. For sure, OG have the lead. They're taking a racks, but we've sort of seen that happen both ways in the last 2 games of this series. So,
just rocking around.
do have all the ults here on Mineski.
Very deep ward.
Got the combo Mineski, but they really need perfect top to find it. Of course, OG will be doing everything control to make sure don't get caught out, grouped up together. Mushi continues the split push, tries to find his way towards the BKB.
This time around, though, Mushi has changed his PL build. Usual Battle Fury that he goes for. Although he has gone for the SNY, which I know a certain analyst advises. But at least he has gone for the because I know Fogged would be really mad if he went for the Battle Fury and the SNY.
But the thing is, he's gone for the Diffusal, and he's 0-1 and 0.
Yes.
He's not been actually able to get involved with anything. With what was a relatively, he's actually 0-1 and 0. He's not been in any of the fights as this Diffusal PL, and he did get a good timing with the Diffusal. I'm a little surprised that he didn't maybe try and get more involved with the team with a Diffusal first.
I think that he was probably in a situation where he's like, guys, we don't have to take a. We have BKB Enigma, like, we're all good. And it felt like that was the case for a while, but when OG walked into Roshan, that sort of changed the entire game. Because Mineski were suddenly in a position where, like, do we give this up? No, we should go for this fight.
24 minutes in, Rezo's got a full Scardy. Even if he does get caught in the black hole, there could be certainly a chance for him to live and get a Sunder out after it. Here they go, they're going for the play with the Moonlight Shadow.
Oh, they scanned him.
Let's see what they can find. They'll find Fly first. Fly, chucks the cast counter, creeps, will die. They have the arrow connection onto No-Tail. They do get themselves 2 quick picks and don't need to use either the Echo Slam or the Black Hole. So a good movement there from Mineski. Good invasion of the jungle. They do get the bigger kill being that No-Tail Visage off the map.
Both teams scanned, but situation as Jerax popped the ulti, try to clear the creep wave, as he's gonna get stunned up.
They're hunting. Fisher and arrow was just off the mark, but still Moon. He will find him. Jerax, out of really mana to play around with, will get caught out. So off the bat, that's really 3 kills from that movement from Mineski. And this is what we're sort of talking about, isn't it? Where we said, you know, OG, they have the lead, they managed to get a set of racks, but in this series we've learned you cannot count one another of these teams. They will make these moves from behind.
I trust no lead in this series. Fool me once, shame on you.
But all in all, definitely, the Terrorblade he is looking absolutely mad.
They will kill him though with with Midnight Pulse Black Hole.
Well, that's true. Yeah, Midnight Pulse, of course.
The double Starfall also just chews him up. Rezo needs a BKB to take the next fight.
Mski. Really, both teams just keeping themselves very close to one another, not wanting to get caught out alone. They still, as I say, they have the Black Hole, they have Echo Slam. Mski are under that ward at the moment, so OG know of their whereabouts. In fact, OG's smoking over. The ward will be dewarded. But OG, they're looking for a fight. Jump forward from Jerax. BKB immediately popped from Ice. Gets the jump out to the sideline. They'll turn towards Jerax. Jerax getting bursted down by the Starstorm. At the same time, the Shaker on the high ground gets taken down. Ice says, we got a TP out of here. He's out. Ninja Bogey will not be quite as successful. The rest of Mineski on the run. Moon will TP himself out. Mushi hiding in the trees. Resolution will come hunting, but no way himself to cancel that TP will mean Mushi is also out back to safety.
It might transit into a push with 2 heroes dead, but they're both supports. They'll be up in no time. Arcane Rune was used by S4 when he popped his ultimate, so that'll also be up in short order. I think for OG, the next play is honestly to just wait for the Aegis, because you need a way to counter BKB Black Hole, and the best way to do so is if you get Rezo and Aegis, then you force Mineski's hand. Then at that point it becomes very awkward for them. This courier was on a gem hunting mission, and
at the gem, Moon's gem, of course, already being taken up by who they got? They sent it to base? They have. It's on the courier at the moment. The base for now.
It's fairly significant.
Still maintaining a 4K lead here, OG.
They get a pick though on Ice. Same thing. They would try to go for the high ground to at least force the buyback. Without any shrines for them to take, they're just trying to take control of this area and then walk into Roche. Can respawn in a mid. Scan, they know that the PL is there, and Mushi
He's got a lot of heroes here to deal with. Doppelganger immediately will be caught out by the boulder smash from Jerax as Mski will fall.
That is a significant kill. They might actually just go and grab a tier 2 off of that. Roshan still being down. To go, they're drawing a line around this area. I figured they'd just go top though. It's a safer play.
Full minute without that PL.
Moon is under attack.
Gonna run into a DD.
There's backup coming in. Fly and No-Tail spotting this. Mirana jumping all over the place. They'll continue to chase. Another quick TP from Jerax to close the gap. Moon tries for the TP on the high ground, but the catch is there. Dragon Tail and Boulder Smash holding the Priestess of the Moon down. She's gone for 65 seconds, and OG getting 2 big pickoffs, one after another, just before Roshan is about to respawn as well. We'll be back up in about 15 seconds.
That was a very cool maneuver because OG, they represented, they're like, oh, we're gonna go for this top push, which is exactly what I thought they'd do. And they read the next step ahead. This Mirana will think that we're also doing the same. She'll think that we're just going to go for this top push because we're down a hero, and instead they go for the kill on top of that because they understand that this area is theirs to own anyways.
Bishop closing the gap, but Ninja Boogie unable to actually get the Fiend's grip off. Quick silence from Jerax stops the proceeds at the bank.
Very confident. Now Roshan's up. They've got a creep in there. This is going to be massive because this is the way that you counter that BKB black hole.
I mean, with this Roche as well, you know, we looked at Rezo a moment ago, who was working on the BKB. He's now got the BKB and pretty much the money for a Blink Dagger on top of it as well. And we've already talked about how good Reflection is. If he gets himself in the middle of these fights, pops the BKB and Reflection, suddenly the entirety of the fight, Mski has to sort of spend running away from his own illusions. It's just so much for this PL to deal with.
They're in a position where they position themselves to take top.
Tower is under attack.
This Terrorblade, gotta kill him twice. There's no refresher onto this Enigma. Instead, he's opting to build the Octarine core for shorter cooldown. He's already balanced, but it's now quite an awkward position because OG, I think this is gonna be the Aegis that they'll eventually use to take the next set. Because you want to put pressure with this second Aegis. This should be another set of racks for them. So the best way to deal with these like massive cooldown ultimate Doom or Chronosphere or Enigma's BKB Black Hole is you simply just get an Aegis, march down, force them to use it in an inefficient time. And Rezo's tanky enough that I think they have to commit it, or one of their major abilities anyways.
Just walking up and down between this middle and top, making it very hard for Mineski to leave the base at this point. OG just having full control over the map. If anything, Mineski just sort of waiting for a slip up so they can punish it with their team fight. It's going to get harder and harder as the net worth lead increases for OG. 10k lead now.
Comes back down to that first Roshan fight that took. Solution, out of mana. Butterfly next. Phantom Lancer is doing quite well against them. Just sending the illusions on him constantly, so go for the immediate high ground transition. Pop a Clarity. Don't know where he got that from. Fly's got in the holster.
Got it out to it.
Pops the Reflect to try to clear through some of the illusions.
With the Mirana as well, Moon just building the Dagons now. Go full in on the burst.
He's got
these high armor heroes.
He got the level 20.
This is where the fun begins for the Terrorblade, and the fun really does end for that PL. For Mski if he gets caught out by the Reflection.
I'll take that.
Insane amount of uptime. This spell could be so hard to fight against this. Mineski. What's the plan here for them? It just feels like they absolutely cannot get out of this base.
Wait out the Aegis. Force OG into a desperation situation where they feel like they have to use. But Rezo, he's gonna go for it right now. He's tired of this.
I mean, he's just pushing on his own. Do have a Fisher.
He is pretty alone right now.
I mean, he just pops the reflection, and as you can see, Mski already starting to say, you know, quite a bit of a punch back from it, and Mski just can't commit onto the Terrorblade. He has to back away.
They're splitting up right now. Mineski being forced into a position where they've got to choose. This TB will take your racks quite quickly, though. Ice, though, is the man to watch. In this engagement, Rezo's going to walk up this high ground.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ball from Moon, trying to burst the resolution down, but of course with that Scud, he's got a lot of HP. Bottom lane, Ice will jump in with the two-man black hole, but the net comes out. The Helm of the Dominator play there, cancelling the black hole through the BKB. This Enigma will buy back, but the top set of racks in trouble. Bottom as well getting forced in by OG. They'll jump forward, look for the Shaker. Mski trying to return fire as he goes onto S4. The buybacks are coming out. They need to find kills with these Mineski. They found the DK. They look towards No-Tail. With a magical burst, they will bring down the Visage as well. They keep the bottom racks alive, but of course the top racks were fully cleaned up there by OG. As we could just see, we talked about looking forward to seeing No-Tail's micro, and one thing that we really failed to mention, if he can get a Troll Summoner, the BKB Black Hole, it's just counted.
That is something else. And now you're in a position where quite far behind, 2 sets of racks. The next Aegis should just mean the end of the game, I think. It was a great decision by OG. And it didn't feel like they had damage anyways. While the hole was going on, you still got it off for a good clean 2 seconds. But I don't know how I feel about this peel, but it feels like he just doesn't deal enough damage. Moon in a similar position too. He goes for the Dagon for the further burst, but he doesn't deal with the split very well. When they just decide to go for the high ground, without a BKB of his own, he can't really get up close and dirty. He has to rely on this Enigma catching so many different heroes in that hole.
They really do need some 4-man, 5-man spectacle at this stage. As really is all falling apart for Mineski. OG just turning up here in this game 3 with very, very tight performance. One of those games as well where this time round it's been a smooth advantage for OG. There's not sort of been any ups and downs in this game 3. This is just a sort of an advancement of OG as we've been through this series, that they just continued tighten up their play.
Radiant
But as we've said, game 1 and game 2, the outcome looked pretty sure. It was turned around. Maybe it would happen again this game 3, but this time round it's going to have to be on another level for Mineski, as this really is a sizable advantage for OG at the moment.
This is a DD Terrorblade. They're going to go for it, even with the Enigma. But he does have a Refresh Orb. This is quite the massive item for them that picked up on Ice. The level 20 isn't too significant, but the double...
He's got to do something insane.
Yeah, the double BKB Black Hole, this is their way back in.
They've got the moonlight. They've got the smoke. OG playing careful there. And not coming into the base.
Yeah, EG's been popped though. This is the timing.
All eyes on Ice for Mineski at the moment. Under these sort of situations, he has to keep his cool. He wants to keep Mineski's hopes strong here at ESL 1 Katowice. Maybe that massive lead here for OG, but game certainly not over. Mineski, there's a window. It's a very, very small one, but a good black hole could open the game back up.
They're not going to commit for it. Instead, very smartly, they're most likely going to wait for the third Aegis of the game. Roshan can respawn in a minute now. You might as well wait for that. Everyone's starting to pick up quite a bit of farm. Hurricane Pike, an item we don't see often on Dragon Knight. I think he's trying to go for the play where if he can time it fast enough, he can get out of the black hole himself by force-stepping away.
G just keeping all 3 lanes shoved in to Mineski. Trying to enforce a slow but painful death upon Mineski at this stage. The Dagon's continuing to be scaled up. Moon. See if he finds any sort of crucial bursts. The black holes are successful, but the split push plays is just going to be what they continue to roll with. Top lane, jump in, we get the stun onto Moon. Moon held in place by the familiars. Moon's gone and does not have buyback. Went fully in on upgrading his Dagon.
And Ice popped his BKB, thinking there was going to be a fight for that.
Now with that information, OG.
Oh, this is so rough.
They're moving in. Mushi tries to go on Fly, but Fly with the Glimmer Cape keeps his distance. They're losing the bottom racks. They're losing their tier 4s. They'll try and commit a jump forward from Ice. There's the first black hole. Manages to get S4 and No Tail. Can Mushi finish off the dragon? He can. S4's down, but Resolution moves across with the Metamorphosis pummeling into the tier 4. They've got that second black hole. The charge. He's moving forward. He doesn't even need it because the Echo Slam. The setup. Mushi, he gets an ultra kill. Jabs with the control, holding down OG. They have lost the bottom racks as Resolution did continue to push up. But they are still able to take these fights as they're showing us. And as it looked like, we thought that they would need to use the second black hole, but they didn't. The Echo Slam's still doing enough when there's enough units in there.
They had more than enough damage with the triple Echo Slam. I think for a second, Ice was considering it. You saw him move forward, but Jabs was like, no, hold that thought. Just chill. I'm going to finally come in the clutch, and he does. They're still in a very difficult scenario, not to be understated, where they're fighting against Mega Creeps, but you're seeing glimmers of hope, and this is kind of scaring me right now, Owen, because if you get one really sick hole, you just start pushing down. If you force buyback situations, then OG is suddenly...
I mean, can Mineski against Mega Creep?
They have done it before.
Mega Creeps.
Was it against Kingwin? I think it was against Kingwin in the last
it's probably some inferior tournament, you know. This is the only tournament we care.
They held with Mega Creeps, and
we'll see it again. And look at this.
It was at Star Ladder.
So this is that defense. Watch Jabs.
They all start to come together, and nobody from OG thought to themselves like, "This is a bad idea."
Look at that. It's been a long time since I've seen a good slam on a shaker because we just don't see that hero. But Jabs really is allowing Mineski to hold on for that last chance here in this game 3.
The cool thing is they've got very good heroes at dealing with Mega Creeps too. This Mirana with the double Starfall, it's fine in dealing with it. The Phantom Lancer's great. The Eidolon's in a similar position. He even got the plus 70 Eidolon damage. But Rezo gonna walk in.
Grab
the
a refresher. Oh, Fly's gonna hold it. Double Death Ward. I mean, there's multiple heroes we can see it passed on. So, you know, if they want to get another usage out of the meta.
Yeah, he might just be holding on to it for...
Yeah. I mean, free with the course of Dragonite as well.
Yeah.
Double duration of the Dragon form. But talking about double stuff, that refresher from Ice is just about to come back off cooldown. So he will have the double black hole once again.
That almost looked disastrous though. He was in a position where he popped the BKB already, and so, but he went for the black hole without popping the refresher so that he could BKB. He chanced it. He got away with it. They got the kill. This time around though, he can't make any sort of mistakes like that. This is a...
The 2-man stun. Jarax jumping in, pops down the Magnetize. Mineski they'll now back off. Mushi actually running in straight away on his own towards Jarax. Has to be careful.
Really far from his team.
He's playing very aggressively. Resolution, he's just ignoring it though. He's looking for the Ancient. He's moving in straight away. Mushi getting low. Jump forward for Jabs. There's the black hole. He's only holding down No Tail. Rezo actually walks into the black hole though, and they'll be able to bring down Rezo. Then the second one is cancelled by the Troll Summoner Micro from No Tail. They've lost the Echo Shaker for good. Ice is getting surrounded. Mushi will fall. Mushi will buy back, but the Ancient is still exposed, of course. Jump forward from Jabs. He bursts Jarax down low, but Rezo just stands his ground with the meta, with the BKB. Looking at the Ancient, takes it down. The game is over. OG will win the series 2-1, despite Mineski's best efforts there with everything against the wall.
Oh, that one looked really close. Ice in a position, he ran forward. He's like, okay, I'm too far committed for this. I have to just pop the second black hole, but he didn't get the BKB off for the second one. Immediately gets canceled. Well done by OG, closing this one out. This series was very nerve-wracking for them, and you can see the disappointment on Mineski. So many failed fights.
I think a rough series. I think for both teams, a lot of things to look back upon. But